Your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. This is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Alliance police arrested a habitual DUI offender following a reckless driving stop Wednesday night. An officer pulled over a Chevy Silverado after the driver nearly caused a collision on 3rd Street. The driver, identified as 43-year-old Casey Grimes, was found to be under a 15-year license revocation with a blood alcohol content nearly 3 times the legal limit. Police say Grimes has 5 prior DUI convictions and multiple prison sentences, qualifying him as a habitual criminal under Nebraska state law. A 10-year-old child was also in the vehicle at the time. Grimes faces several felony charges, including DUI, driving while revoked, and child abuse, and is being held on a $50,000 bond. Alliance Police Chief David Levitt says the department will continue to hold repeat offenders accountable to keep the community safe. Well, motorists just east of Bridgeport on Highway 26 were fortunate earlier this week they did not encounter an impaired driver on the roadway. Mural County Sheriff's deputies responded to a call from a party reporting a head-on collision near miss near Road 102 when an oncoming vehicle crossed into their lane. After catching up with the vehicle, observing the driver under the influence and seeing controlled substances in plain sight, a search of the vehicle uncovered fentanyl, THC wax, containers of alcohol, and various drug paraphernalia. Ryan D. Martinez was found to have been driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content more than double the legal limit and was arrested on charges including possession of a controlled substance, driving under the influence, and open container. And United Way of Western Nebraska and Food Bank of the Heartland will be hosting their next mobile food pantry next week in Alliance. The pantry, in partnership with AmeriCorps Seniors Box Butte County RSVP, will be a drive-through mobile food pantry on October 29th at 4 p.m. at the Alliance Senior Center on Yellowstone Avenue. This free event is open to the public, and after completing a brief intake form, each household will receive a community food pack, which includes shelf-stable items as well as fresh food like assorted produce, bread, and dairy products. United Way and the Food Bank of the Heartland plan to bring mobile food pantries to other communities in western Nebraska in 2026. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Mural County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Mural County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Mural County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Mural County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. Some grave news from the Scottsbluff County Transit Department this week was announced during the State of the Valley luncheon. Director Curtis Richter led with this when he was handed the microphone.
Our annual budget's just under $2 million a year, and about 80% of that comes from federal funding from the Federal Transit Administration. This next year that we've already started in June is going to be a tough haul. We took a 30% budget cut in federal funds. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions. We're likely looking at reducing service, potentially suspending service for a while. I just found that out yesterday, so.
He says last year alone, they drove more than 323 miles and provided more than 45,000 trips for residents and visitors to Scottsbluff County. Well, the Scottsbluff County Tourism Advisory Board is now back at full strength with the addition of a new representative tied to attractions. Jessica Letcher-Wasson was introduced to county commissioners by advisory board member Chuck Heeman. Letcher-Wasson, who owns and runs Sandy Acres, a flower and lavender farm, described her background for the board.
And my background is in hospitality and marketing, so I really felt like that fit pretty well with the tourism committee. I could bring both marketing, hospitality, and then owning an attraction in Scottsbluff County to the table when we discuss how we bring more people to Scottsbluff County. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Commissioner Ken Meyer said he sat in on the interviews and was impressed with Jessica's desire to expand her involvement and make an impact with the Tourism Advisory Board.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
I'm Jason Jorgensen, and it's once again time for Husker Chat. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment. We are joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Nebraska looks to bounce back this week at home against Northwestern. Sean, nobody was happy with how the game turned out last Friday night. What was that like being up in the Twin Cities, being front and center for that one?
Yeah, a loss, Jason, was always a possibility. I mean, it was definitely not a game that was a guaranteed win, but I don't think anybody predicted a loss like that, where seemingly it was a 7-6 game in the third quarter, and you punt the ball down to the 2-yard line, and you're like, all right, short field, and you'll get the ball back, take the lead. And then Minnesota goes 98 yards, and then it's like Nebraska just quit. I mean, their offensive line struggled all day. They just didn't have any balance to the offense, and their defense couldn't get off the field. So it was kind of a combination of everything, but disappointing that Nebraska wasn't up to the challenge that was needed to win a Big Ten road game.
The issues up front on both the offensive and the defensive side of things, it's been brought up in the past. It's been brought up a lot this week. How much do you think, how quickly they could try to get this solved? Because the blueprint is there right now on how to beat Nebraska.
Yeah, and I think some of the concerns we had in the beginning of the year, they were small up front on defense, that teams could run on them. They didn't necessarily have an elite pass rushing unit. They had a couple pieces, but not a full complement. Then on offense, they didn't have a lot of running back depth after Emmett Johnson. Well, all of those things have kind of played out. And then the one that was probably not as predictable was the offensive line. With the veterans that they have on this line, I don't think anybody could have predicted this type of play early on. I just think the line was set up to be much better than what we're seeing, and that's probably as big of a disappointment. At the same time, can Dana Holgerson maybe push a few different buttons to help this line out? I think that's what you'll probably see this week when they take on Northwestern.
Was this team distracted last week by all of the Matt Rule and Penn State talk?
I mean, you can say they were. I think the bottom line is they just didn't come out with the type of intensity and focus that you need to win a road game. And this type of talk happens all around the country with coaches everywhere. Lane Kiffin's dealing with it right now at Ole Miss with Florida, and you can go down the line and find examples. So I don't think you can say, oh, it was because of the opening at Penn State. I just think it's hard to win A, on the road in the Big Ten, B, back-to-back weeks on the road, which hasn't been done in 20 years at Nebraska, and then C, the focus level you need to win on the road. All these coaches in the Big Ten make $6 to $10 million, head coaches. There are no free gifts when coaching staffs are paid like Big Ten staffs are now. So to play on the road, it's very much like the NFL. I mean, the Carolina Panthers can beat anybody on your off day, and in the Big Ten, and in some ways right now, the parity is very similar to what we see on Sundays.
It is tough, though, to see Nebraska be owned by PJ Fleck, of all people.
Yeah, 8-1 against Nebraska, which is 7-1 or 8-1. I think it's 7-1.
It's too many.
And I went back and looked at the point spreads. Nebraska's been favored in 4, and Fleck's been favored in 4. In that run, he's had a couple of teams that were really good, that were ranked. But you're right. I mean, this one, the 2021 is still one where, Frost was nearly a 10-point favorite, and they were coming off COVID, where they had a bunch of players out, and they came into Lincoln and hammered Nebraska, or not hammered them, but beat them by one score, like everybody did that year. So, yeah, Fleck has their number for whatever reason. It's almost another version of what Iowa's done to Nebraska over the same period of time.
All right, so they try to put that one in the rearview mirror and flush it. Northwestern comes to town, and quietly under the radar after a slow start, David Braun has the Wildcats playing some pretty good football.
Yeah, we kind of all just threw them out the window after their loss to Tulane to open the year. But since that loss, they've come around, and their only loss has been to Oregon. What they've done is run the football. I mean, they're going to run it about 40 times a game. They're going to get about 200 rushing yards a game. And if you do that, you're going to win a lot of Big Ten games because you control the line of scrimmage, you control the pace of play and the clock. And that's what Northwestern will do. What really jumps out to me about how they run, Jason, is they get a lot of yards after contact. They average 4 yards per carry after contact. So they can take that 2nd and 9 into 2nd and 5. And that's the key. Can Nebraska tackle and play the run at a much better level against a team that has a very good run scheme? In fact, it's the old South Dakota State offensive coordinator, and they had great success there when he's running the same stuff down in Northwestern right now.
When I looked at their numbers, they're very good in time of possession. Their quarterback play hasn't been great, but it almost looks like they've kind of decided to go with this Iowa light or Minnesota light way of just trying to hang around with people into the fourth quarter and figure out a way to win.
Yeah, they play a shell defense, kind of like Cincinnati, where they're not going to allow big plays. They run the football. They try to stop the run, and they play smart. Now, Preston, their quarterback, Stone, has turned it over. He had the 4 picks in the opener. He's got 7 picks on the year. He's put the ball on the ground 5 times as well. So they are turnover prone, and I think that's a key. Nebraska's defense, Jason, has not forced a turnover the previous 2 weeks.
Well, hopefully that changes Saturday morning and early Saturday afternoon at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, they need 11 a.m. start. You got to kind of bring your own juice, and it will be a grumbly crowd if this team gets off to a slow start. A lot of scowls and arm crossing. So you better come out and play hard, get the crowd in this game right away.
And also Northwestern traditionally has usually come into Lincoln and played pretty good football.
No doubt. I mean, you go back to the very first year they played in the Big Ten, 2011. Nebraska was ranked as a highly ranked team in the top 10, and they beat Nebraska. So Northwestern has always proven to kind of play above their weight class when they're not supposed to. But then we've seen Nebraska obviously beat them in situations where they've been pretty good.
Well, it should make for an interesting day on Saturday in Lincoln. Sean, as always, we appreciate the time.
Hey, thanks, Jason.
And that was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, joining us on Husker Chats, brought to you by Acres Equipment. We are here every week. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
October is Renewal by Anderson's United Against Cancer campaign, and when Renewal offered to pay for employees' radon testing and mitigation, several Renewal team members found radon in their homes. Deb was one of them, and she always wondered how she got breast cancer. Radon causes cancer. It's linked to Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. Radon is a killer.
People don't know about radon. They don't know what a killer it is, and they don't know how cheap it is to have it tested.
From all of us at Renewal by Anderson, please get a radon test now. It could save your life.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the Terrytown City Council is set to meet next week to consider bringing some art and culture into the community. Earlier this month, resident Michael Marquez spoke to the council, hoping to add a mural at Hascall Park. As for designs, Mayor Chris Perales suggested some nostalgia for the mural to include the old Terrytown water tower, while council member Mike Minzy said he would like to see an homage to the old Carina Drive-In. The Terrytown Council will have a special meeting on October 30th to consider moving forward with the mural project, including costs, location, and timeline. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday.